Good morning again. So I hope everybody is doing well, and if this is evening wherever you are at, I hope that your day has been going well. And if it's night, well, have a pleasant night. So, last night we did we're doing the Two of Wands show where we go through the different cards. We've gone through all the trump cards, one card at a time. We spent an hour talking about the numbers, and we got to number 10. And I have to say that this is probably, you know what? Here, I'm going to do this. This is probably one of my favorite cards of all time. From the everyday, was it the Modern Witch Tarot? Yes. I love that card. It really explains the Ten of Swords. So that was a lot of fun to talk about that last night. So, where are we today? So, tell you what. Let's let our shoulders droop. Here I'm wearing my Shirley Jackson shirt. She's an author. One of my favorites, actually. Even though I've only read a few of her books, but they're amazing. Relax. Take that breath. Let our shoulders droop so that we can reach out to the universe. See if there's any thoughts or any angers or resentments or anything we need to look out for today. Things that we can contemplate. Any anger, so that if they pop up, maybe we have already looked at them today. All that classic stuff. It really does help me focus, because I know that there's instances where even if it's not today's reading, like I'll do something during the week and it's like, that was apropos. It was exactly. And it's like, take that breath, listen to them, and say, all right, so that is your thought. You're allowed to have it. I don't have to argue with you. Or, okay, if you need that parking spot that bad, then I probably need the extra exercise. Instead of having that conversation behind a closed car door. So, what do we have today to help us keep from having conversations with the drivers next to us? If you do drive, driving is a great way to gauge your spiritual self. If you can stay in one lane and just smile your way through, you're in a good place. If you feel like every jerk in the world has decided to pull out in front of you and leave at the same time just to make you late, well, that's where I need to reevaluate how my day's really going. Okay, so here's our cards. I'm going to do the 3 stacks, each one a thread going out to the universe. Whichever thread I pull will be the conversation that we have, because each one of these is a different conversation. And today is Thursday. So let's see what's right at the heart today. I'm going to do my 3 and 1. Okay. So for today, the 4 of Swords. Taking that time for ourselves. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Coins. That can deal with health. They say this is generally the health card, but it can be home, can be work, finances. 5s are always a challenge. And 7s is another type of challenge. It's standing up to it so that you can progress and move forward. Wands are fire and energy and heat and creativity. So with fours, fours are about stability. Fours are about like a chair has four legs because it's super stable. And with the Four of Swords, we can see this person doing the resting and contemplating. But there's another thing about the fours that we need to think about, is that fours can also eventually lead to stagnation, because if things don't change, if they're that stable, then there's no growth. So as I'm looking at this, it makes me wonder, and swords are a hard suit, it makes me wonder, are we just taking too much time and ignoring something until it finally hits us and we have to then take the challenge up? And we have the Magician reversed. Okay, so sometimes we need to take that mental break. Sometimes we don't want to see what's really going on. Sometimes we've stopped. We don't want to deal with something. But what if we're actually avoiding what we need to look at? What if it is health? What if it is finance? We just don't want to deal with it until, as the old saying goes, pain is the motivator. And once that motivator kicks in, then we are left picking up the pieces. And ultimately, we do move. We go from 4 to 5 to 7. And 7s again are about progressing forward and taking up that challenge. And ultimately, we do take up the challenge, but as you can see how Pamela Coleman Smith has on here, this person is not really on good footing yet. I mean, they've got two different shoes on. And they're these unseen foes, or these unseen challenges, these free-floating anxieties, or what we're now battling. Because, yes, we need to take that break, but when is time enough time? Do we need to wait for pain to be the motivator? And so with the advice card of the Magician reversed. So the Magician is about manifesting. The Magician is about having all your tools laid out and making thought into reality. Okay? When we're dealing with the Pamela Coleman Smith deck. So when it's reversed, it's saying that we are not using the tools that we have at hand. So when we just need to stop for a while, it's so important to stop and take that breath. I talk about that. But when is enough time enough time? And when does it get to the point where we are just avoiding? So for today, as important as taking that breath and waiting is, when is time enough time? So that we can avoid what's going to happen anyway. Pain is the motivator. So that we don't have to sit there and jump up on the rock and all of a sudden have to repair the things that we've been avoiding. So that we can turn this Magician around. We can say, I've taken enough time. I'm going to take what I have. And now I am going to do what needs to be done. And avoid having to sit there and jump up and defend or tackle whatever that is. And so with that, I hope everybody here has an amazing morning, evening, afternoon. I hope everything goes well for you. And today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. For some of us, that means the weekend is coming up. So take care, everybody. I will be back here again tomorrow at 5:30. If you haven't subscribed yet, you might want to subscribe because, and you subscribe just by clicking that. I'm starting to do more pop-up video. I call them pop-up videos. So it's hard for me to schedule things out days in advance other than the Two of Wands that I do on Wednesday. So I will schedule something maybe an hour in advance, and it could be another lesson, it could be another review. But if you subscribe, you will at least get the message that's like, woo! So again, have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. Thank you all so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow, if not sooner.